scrolling cruisers. You've heard the whispers, you've seen the blurry forum posts, and now it's time to separate fact from exciting fiction. If you've ever loved the look of a classic, muscle-inspired V-twin cruiser, but wished it had the performance, the handling, and the technology of a modern machine, then you need to pay attention. We are diving deep into the massive, rumored overhaul of an icon, the 2026 Suzuki Boulevard M50. This bike has been a stalwart of the middleweight cruiser class for years, offering that perfect blend of affordability, reliability, and undeniable visual presence. But in a market that is constantly innovating, the M50 has started to show its age. The 2026 model year is shaping up to be Suzuki's bold answer. A complete, ground-up redesign aimed squarely at challenging the segment leaders. Is it finally time for the beloved 805cc V-twin to receive the premium treatment it deserves? Will Suzuki pull a surprise out of its hat that locks this bike in as the ultimate contender? Stick with us, because we're covering everything from the revised engine tuning and the aggressive new styling, all the way to a completely unexpected technology inclusion that we think will be the major surprise that truly keeps you glued to the end. The heart of the beast, revitalizing the V-twin engine. Let's start with the soul of any cruiser, the engine. The current Boulevard M50 is powered by a liquid-cooled 805cc 45-degree V-twin. It's a rock-solid, low-maintenance unit, known for its torque-rich, low-end grunt, and the delightful thrum of its 45-degree configuration. For 2026, the engine architecture is expected to be retained, which is great news for those who value reliability and the signature sound. However, the internals and tuning are almost certainly receiving a significant overhaul. The driving force behind this is twofold: tightening global emissions standards and the need for competitive performance. To meet these new standards, we anticipate Suzuki will incorporate elements like a revised air intake system, more efficient catalytic converters within a redesigned exhaust, and, most crucially, a next-generation update to the Suzuki dual throttle valve (SDTV) fuel injection system. This is rumored to translate into a noticeably smoother throttle response and a cleaner burn across the rev range. While the peak horsepower number, currently around 50-53 HP, might not skyrocket, the torque curve is where the magic will happen. Speculation points to a significant increase in mid-range torque, perhaps coming online earlier in the RPM band. This is vital for a cruiser, giving you that satisfying, effortless surge of power when passing on the highway or accelerating away from a stoplight. Furthermore, to address one of the long-standing criticisms of the M50, there are strong whispers of the 5-speed transmission being updated, potentially with a revised final drive ratio, or perhaps even, and this is a hopeful one, the addition of a true overdrive 6th gear to make highway cruising at speed even more relaxed and fuel-efficient. The low-maintenance shaft drive, a highly appreciated feature of the Boulevard line, is expected to remain standard, reinforcing the bike's reputation as a reliable workhorse. Design and dynamics, a muscular evolution. Visually, the M50 has always been the muscle cruiser of the 800 class, characterized by its pulled-back drag bars, inverted front forks, a premium touch often reserved for larger bikes, and the distinctive headlight cowl. The 2026 model is rumored to double down on this aggressive aesthetic. The redesign is expected to feature a more tightly integrated, sleeker fuel tank that seamlessly meets a newly sculpted rider's saddle. This new tank and seat combination will not only look more modern, but should also improve rider comfort and allow for an even lower perceived center of gravity, making the bike feel incredibly manageable at slow speeds. The lighting system will undergo a full modernization. Goodbye halogen. Hello, full LED lighting throughout. This includes a more angular, aggressive LED headlight assembly integrated into an even sharper front cowl, and a distinctive high-visibility LED taillight unit mounted flush into a bobtail-style rear fender. Attention to detail will be key, with rumors suggesting blacked-out components, engine cases, wheels, and exhaust headers will replace some of the older chrome elements, aligning the M50 with the popular dark custom look that dominates the modern cruiser scene. In the chassis department, The existing double cradle steel frame is highly effective, but we expect subtle tweaks to improve handling agility. The inverted front forks will likely be retained, possibly featuring updated internals for better damping control. The most impactful dynamic update, however, is rumored to be in the braking system. The current M50 uses a single front disc and a rear drum brake, a configuration that is distinctly dated. The 2026 M50 is expected to finally receive dual front disc brakes and an improved rear disc brake, bringing braking performance up to modern standards. This, coupled with the mandatory inclusion of a modern, multi-channel anti-lock braking system, ABS, will transform the bike's overall safety and rider confidence. The 2026 surprise, Suzuki's Intelligent Ride System, SIRS. Now, this is the part that will truly separate the 2026 M50 from its predecessors and all its competitors. And it's the reason we insisted you stay until the end. Cruisers have traditionally been the last category to adopt complex electronic rider aids, often adhering to a minimalist, raw riding experience. However, Suzuki has invested heavily in its proprietary electronic management suite, the Suzuki Intelligent Ride System, SIRS, utilizing it across its new parallel twin and sport bike platforms. The biggest, most game-changing rumor for the 26 Boulevard M50 is the introduction of a scaled-down but potent version of SIRS. Imagine having the brain of a sport bike packaged into your cruiser. This would be spearheaded by the replacement of the current split-analog digital speedometer with a modern, high-resolution, full-color TFT dash. This new interface would not only give the rider instant access to clear, comprehensive information, but would also be the gateway to the SIRS features. The key SIRS components rumored for the M50 would include selectable drive modes, SDMS, offering at least two modes, a cruise mode for relaxed riding with softer throttle response and maximum fuel economy, and a sport mode that delivers the engine's full, sharp power output, advanced traction control system, TCS, an electronic safety net unheard of in the 800cc cruiser class. This multi-mode traction control would modulate rear-wheel slip, offering a huge boost in confidence and safety on wet roads, loose gravel, or during aggressive cornering. Low RPM assist, a simple but brilliant feature that automatically raises the engine idle speed slightly when the clutch is engaged at low RPM, making it virtually impossible to stall during low-speed maneuvers or starting from a standstill. This injection of cutting-edge technology, a full TFT dash, selectable ride modes, and traction control, is the surprise element that elevates the 2026 M50 from a simple model refresh to a complete segment disruptor. It offers the classic cruiser experience with a high-tech safety and performance shield, a proposition that is undeniably attractive to both veteran riders and those new to the cruiser scene. The combination of classic V-twin charm and modern, rider-focused electronics is the winning formula that makes this new M50 a bike you absolutely must look forward to. Conclusion: the new champion of the middleweight class. The rumored 2026 Suzuki Boulevard M50 represents a pivotal moment for the middleweight cruiser segment. It's an evolution, yes, but one that feels more like a revolution. Suzuki isn't just polishing the chrome. They are completely redefining what an 800-class cruiser can be. By retaining the core characteristics that made the M50 a beloved icon, the reliable shaft drive, the muscular styling, and the characterful V-twin, while injecting it with significant performance updates, more usable torque, disc brakes all around, and critically, the modern SIRS electronics package. The 2026 M50 is poised to dominate. This bike promises to deliver more power, more safety, better handling, and a drastically improved rider experience, all while maintaining the competitive value that Suzuki is known for. Get ready, because the competition is about to heat up, and the Boulevard M50 is coming to claim its crown. If you found this deep dive into the future of the M50 exciting and want to stay ahead of the curve with the most detailed and entertaining bike analysis, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Don't miss our next video when the official details drop. This has been your comprehensive 1,000+ word breakdown of the legendary comeback of the Suzuki Boulevard M50, and you've been watching Bike Updater Pro.